What's going on, everybody? It's Warhawk and welcome to Nerf Talk. And here we go again on another Hyper review, more of an opinion video. So yeah, this one we're going to be doing it on the Siege 50. So watching the reviews and reading a lot of the comments, it seems that the Siege 50 is liked the least out of all the Hypers, well, out of all three. Anyhow, it just seems that everyone kind of dislikes this one the most. So I might actually shock everybody in this one, because remember, this is all opinions, right? This one is kind of the one I like using the most, and we'll get to that. So first, let's just talk about the blaster itself right now. So of course the colors, I talked about the colors in Rush 40. So all I would do is just change this gray and make it a little bit darker. So the Siege 50 does use the Hyper rounds, and I did forget to mention this yesterday in the Rush. So this popper, it says it takes 50 rounds, right? You can get more in there. But what's funny to me is it says you can get 50, you put 50 rounds in the hopper, but you only get 40 with the blaster. So that's kind of odd, and I did forget to mention that in my other Hyper video too. So I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out. So, but anyway, it does use the Hyper rounds, these little squishy round balls. And how you load this, there's a little lid on the top here, just on the top of the hopper. So when you open it, of course, you don't want to be tilting it. Make sure it's straight up and down. Pop your round in, close that up, and you're ready to go. So the prime on this is on the bottom, and that is probably what makes it one of like my favorite one to use out of all of them, because it fits my favorite kind of blasters to use. And I love bottom prime blasters. Now I could obviously go on for another 5 minutes why, but I won't. I just really do like bottom prime blasters. So having said that, how you prime, right here on the bottom, you're just gonna pull back there, push forward, and you're ready to go. So not bad. It's not very smooth to prime, but it's also not very difficult. Obviously a little child might have a problem. Myself, pretty easy. The trigger on this one is a lot more comfortable to me than on the 40, because the way this grip on the back is angled, so my hand is kind of more forward, so I can get my finger around the trigger a lot easier. So to me, that makes it easy. So if it's easier for me to get my finger on the trigger, I can shoot faster. So I'm not, trying to fight the trigger. I can keep my finger there and it's ready to go anytime I'm primed and ready to shoot. So anyhow, other than that, the tack rail on top and on the bottom of this guard around here. And I do, like I said, I do like the grip, because I like how it's kind of tilted back. That's another reason why I kind of like bottom prime blasters. So other than that, feet per second, we all know why. I can't tell you that. And hopefully one day, I'm trying to find one that I can actually, use and afford. So, but other than that, yeah, it is, like I said, it is the one I like using the most, just because it fits my game style the most. So if you did happen to see the Rush 40 video, what I did in that was I compared the Hyper, like the Rush 40, to other blasters that are have been already released or already exist. So when I'm looking at this, so the Hyper series obviously is basically, designed after the rival blasters. So when looking at this blaster, right away, the one I thought of right away was the Atlas. I mean, these two blasters right here are almost identical, because bottom prime once again. Now this one uses rival rounds, and it actually shotguns them, which is really cool. It shoots 2 at a time, but dry firing this thing is super scary. If you ever want to get your teenager out of bed, dry fire one of these right beside them. It'll definitely get them up. Anyhow, yeah, so look how close those are in comparison, right? So definitely the Atlas, just hyper. And other than the guard around the grip there, that's pretty much Atlas right there. So the only other blaster that I kind of thought that this reminded me of, and I'm telling you, this right here is very unique. The way this is angled and the way this comes down across the grip like that, that's it's quite unique design. I have quite a few blasters and I was looking to see if I could find something like very close to it, and I really couldn't. So the only one I could find close to this kind of grip and guard here was an older Mega Blaster, and that's the Cyclone Shock. So if you see here, oh, look at that move, eh? Anyway, if you see here, the bottom here, the way that's kind of angled back, kind of reminds me of the way this is angled back. So I don't know if you can see, hopefully you can. So pretty much that is this is the closest one I could kind of find, other than, you know, the size, because this grip here is a little skinnier than this one, because this Hyper lines are definitely meant for the older Nerfers for sure. So pretty much that's what I'm saying. This is pretty unique, and that's why I probably like this grip the most out of the Hypers. So yeah, everyone. So I do want to say, up here in Canada, these cost around $60, and to me that is definitely worth it. So if you got $60 and you just kind of want to play around with a blaster, yeah, I really like this one because it does fit my game style the most, because I just love bottom running blasters, the way I hold them. So I can admit, I will go on record and say that I would rather a takedown over a Chronos. That's right, I said it. Anyhow, back to the Hyper Siege 50. So yeah, $60. Other than they don't give you the 50 rounds that it should take, that's kind of a, you know, you kind of sit there and go, what? Like, really, why? But other than that, yeah, for $60, I definitely would pick this up. Would it be on the very top? No. Close to it? Yes. So that is my opinion on the Siege. Other than the problems it does have, but I already talked about that in a previous video. So yeah, out of all the Hypers, I like the Siege 50 the most. So like I said, it just fits my game style the best. So anyways, everybody, that is my opinion, and thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and comment, and as always, keep on nerfing. Stay.